Hi, Stitch Roadies. How's it going? How's it going in your neck of the woods? Here it is definitely fall. We all knew that on this side of the hemisphere, didn't we? But it was supposed to rain all afternoon, and so my neighbor and I went out for a walk this morning, and we walk up this old Boy Scout camp, this mountain area near us, and it was just stunning. The colors were just stunning. And I know a lot of you are moving into the spring and growing, blooming. But here, everything's starting to go to bed. Yes. So I definitely have my walking attire on. And it was invigorating. My watch that G got me for my birthday said I did a good job. I did a good job. We saw some very interesting scat along the way, and so I took pictures to bring home, and when G got home I wanted to show him to see if he knew what kind of scat that was. And we couldn't quite figure it out. It was some animal. We did see some coyote scat, because you can kind of tell that. Oh, this is, if you're new here, this actually is a channel about cross stitch. Yeah, but right now we're talking scat. And there was some that had hair. If you're grossed out, you can come back in about 2 minutes. But there was all this really unusual scat that I had never seen before. And having lived decades on the other side of the mountain, you definitely knew your scat over there. But here, on this side of the mountain, it's all new scat. It's silly. We're talking scat. This channel has gone down the tubes, I swear. G got me hooked up on this. Although he likes the lime, I love the grapefruit. So lots to share. This week was Cheryl's birthday, and she is one half of Stitching with the Sisterlies. Her and her sister Colleen do that floss tube, which you must enjoy. And it was her birthday on the day of the first Thursday stitch. So we are very blessed in this region here that we have an LNS that is by far extraordinary, because Janine has also has a classroom space, and we were packed to the gills with stitchers, and there's nothing more inspiring and invigorating than a room full of stitchers. And the laughter, and yeah, so there was cupcakes and cakes and singing and stitching. I actually I have always high hopes. Let me see, where did I took my oh, I can't find it. I didn't bring it here, did I? Oh yeah, here it is. This is in my Goose design bag. I just love this. And I love that she actually puts her logo and her name on it, because truly you can't remember. If you're anything like me, in a nanosecond you would have forgotten who gave it to you and who made it for you. And that is, yeah, that's just a thing. So I was working on this particular one, and I've decided this is the perfect stitch to take to group, because if you make a mistake, no one's gonna know. No one's going to know. And it doesn't have to, because if you look at that, each of those trees, if they're off by one stitch or you've forgotten one row, no one's going to know. And it won't change the look, the overall look of the piece. That's the big thing. And so I was really powering stitching. Not. There was so much fun activity, which included shopping. Yes, and so I actually got the letter F and the letter G stitched while I was there. But I can almost taste a finish on this one. I do believe by the end of this year this will be done. And I'm looking forward to that because I really love this. And I think it might have been a birthday start from a couple of years ago, so it needs to get done. Yeah, it needs to get done. So that is what I took to group to stitch on. I did do some, I had pre-ordered some things, so they showed up in my box, and I received some Stitchy Kindness, which, wow. I'll get to show you that in a second. But I wanted to show you, first of all, that I'm almost there. I'm almost done with my youngest grandson's stocking. And so I am working on all the little motifs at the bottom there. And it's a lot of start and stop, but it's perfect watching television at night stitching. And that is my designated stitch right now. And I haven't decided what my designated stitch is going to be after this. I want it to be the trees, and I know many of you want it to be the trees, but I really think I want to make this my designated stitch. This was one I started for G's birthday, and it's in my, isn't that adorable? And his birthday is in February. So I think that's going to be my next designated stitch. Yeah. I'm real happy that I am getting this done in way ahead of schedule. Not way ahead, but pretty much ahead. You kind of, we were talking at Stitch Group. I think, and I have to say, I love Zoom Stitch Group. I love stitching with others as a way to connect, because in this world, and we say this all the time, all the floss tubers are saying it, and all the people I know are saying it, that it is a challenging world to live in right now. But then I think, oh, my mom and dad probably said the same thing. So to find ways in which to navigate my emotions, I want to be with people that are single-mindedly happy about their stitching. So whether it be in a group setting where you're physically stitching with each other, or you're going to a friend's house and you're just having some quiet stitchy time, or Zoom stitching, I like it all. I like any opportunity to be with people from all beliefs, all walks of life, but they have this common love of stitching. It's a thread that sews us all together, isn't it? And so this month I've got a lot of stitchy stuff going on. Yep. What next? Okay, maybe let's do haul. Yeah, let's do haul. If you remember or not, if you're new, I started earlier this year a dry erase board, and on the dry erase board I listed all of my whips, and then I had a column of finishes, and then I have a column of FFOs, which is fully finished. And then each time I finished a whip, I just wipe it off. Each time I added a project, I'd write it down at the bottom. And then as I moved it across, I've been quite pleased with that, and I probably will continue that system because it's on the side of a cabinet where as soon as I walk in the beehive, I see it there. And I have to say that if I just start this recrimination in my brain about how much I'm doing, how much I'm starting, and I know that I freak people out who are monogamous stitchers because, I mean, it's like you don't want to accidentally catch that virus where you're like a serial starter. But when I walk in and I see how much I've done, I calm down. I do calm down. But I did decide, as much as I like to journal and write, I wanted to try something different this year. Besides the fact that I've been collecting fun stickers, and if you watch Brenda and the Serial Starter, they have their books, and I've always been somewhat envious of that. So I picked up my book of days, and I'm going to, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use it, but I'm definitely going to be putting stickers in it. And I'm going to continue the dry erase board. So that is that was one of my haul things. I also had, oh, this will go in the pile for next year. I wanted to get it, and it is Paulette Stewart's Bony Bunch. You know, the Bony Bunch. Da 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 da. The Bony Bunch. Yeah. It's so cute. It's her last stackable, she said. So I picked that up, and I will put that in a pile to start next year. And then, I don't know, I was walking around, and look at, yeah. I thought, oh, this will be a quick stitch, but now I'm looking at it, I don't know, but it is excuse me, awfully cute. Summer House Stitch Works. And then Mac, who works at Acorns and Threads, he does a lot of intense stitching, a lot of mostly like full coverage. He does mirabilias, you know, he's just, yeah, he's one of those stitchers. Well, his dad, who Margaret got me thinking about calling him Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy came in and was stitching with the group, and he was stitching this, and I knew that I had to put it in my pile because yeah, this has to be for a family member for sure. And I'm telling you, Mac Daddy his stitches are beautiful. And the charm is included in the pattern. But I had to laugh because this one in the back, look at Santa's peg leg as a candy cane. These are Sue Hillis designs. And then I showed you this last time that for my birthday I was gifted a project bag made out of towel. Look at that. Because I am going to Sampler Symposium at the Attic Needlework. I am so excited. I spent all morning, not all morning, but it seemed like all morning, making my room and plane reservations. But I read a lot of comments. I read all the comments on which project I should start working on and putting in this sampler bag. And I ultimately decided, although it is a little bit intimidating to me, I ultimately decided that I am going to start Be a Friend. So that's going to be my next, one of my starts this month. And this is it right here. So any of you out there that are have this chart and want to start it, I'm starting it this month. And so I picked up all the threads and I put them on my ring. And look at, I have this little Breathe. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I got all my threads ready. The only different thing that I'm doing, I'm using the same, although it doesn't look like it in the chart, this is actually Weeks Dye Works or Weeks Linen beige, and it has a little bit of a green tint to it. So this is a real good rendition of it. And I got that at Acorns and Threads. The only change is that she didn't have it in the 36 count, which is what this was stitched on. She had it in the 40 count. So I am doing 40 count. And I want to have that started so that I can take it with me to when I go to the Sampler Symposium. And I'm so excited because Kim, the Contented Stitcher, left me a message that she's going to. And, you know, she's one of those stitchers and floss tubers that I so admire. And that's why I have, even though I was not a pink person, I worked on my pink box, because when I saw hers at the Bristol, I was just in awe of how beautiful it was. And yeah, so I'm going to be looking pretty darn cool at the Sampler Symposium, and I'll get to see her too. Next, let's see, next. So I'm going to start that. I told you about that. I have to show you, I got a Clay by Kim needle minder. This, and the only reason I was able to get this is because I have a friend who can press the button faster than me. I don't know what to tell you. It took me 20 minutes to make my plane reservation because I kept pressing the wrong computer button and actually getting out of the airline's webpage. And then when I go back in, it would have my information there. And then I'd worry about, did I want to choose this or that, or what do I want to do? And yeah, I'm not real fast, and I am I guess maybe there are a lot of you like that, that I worked on the computer most of my last 20 years of life at work, and I taught doctors how to use computer systems, but I really am not very adept, and I get anxious with the press send button. That. And then this week I got an email that said my PayPal account had charged hundreds of dollars to buy Bitcoin, and if I didn't do that, I had better call this number within the next 12 hours. And I thought, why are there people in the world that are just trying to scam people? I don't know why, but I'm a very suspicious person. You maybe don't know that about me. I seem normal, but when it comes to anything on the computer, I'm very anxious and suspicious. And so I didn't press the link that the email wanted me to, and I went to my PayPal account, and there was nothing charged there. And then I looked at the phone number that was on there, and I Googled that phone number, and it said dangerous. I just feel bad for people who are nicer than me, and so they are more, they don't think the world is as scary as I do. I don't know. But this is just a long way around me saying that I can never get a Clay by Kim needle minder or a needle box because I am really hesitant. And so I'm blessed to have a friend who is not. And so I see something there, and then I whine a little bit about wanting to that, and then she can press faster than I can, and then I pay her back in cross-stitch coin. But here it is. Isn't that just, I mean, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. So I was really happy to get that. And I have one more coming in. It's the last one. I'm not going to get any more. I have enough needle minders. Although they are fun, aren't they? And then when I was at the craft store with G, I saw these bulb ornaments, and they're out of like pressed wood, you know. But I thought, oh, these are so cute to do a flat fold finish of Christmas ornaments. So I bought the little pack to try it. There were 4 in there for $2.50. And then this little thing I bought, it's a frame. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like metal. And I thought, oh, I could put a really sweet cross stitch and frame it in there. And the thing about this was I got this for less than the asking price at the store because it didn't have the glass in it. Apparently the glass broke, and so they were selling it cheaper. And I didn't want the glass, so I thought, that's really cool. Yeah, so I picked that up as a finish. Yep, it's been a busy already. November is seeming to be, it's going to be as busy as October was. October was like that for me, and November looks like it's going to be the same. But the most exciting part of November is my daughter-in-law is hosting Thanksgiving. I love that. I love that. I think that's a fabulous, fabulous transition of life, isn't it? A fabulous. So when I went to Stitch Group, and it was filled with people, all the stitchers were stitching. My friend Jennifer brought this to me. She'd been talking about it a few times, and I just think the bag is so cute. And look, it has a little beehive on it. And in it is a waxer. And the waxer is shaped in a beehive. So I don't know if you remember that I have a box that I've been refurbishing, and it's going to be my bee box for, it's kind of like this box or any kind of toolbox that we carry to stitching. This particular one is going to be all bee themed, and so that waxer is going to go in there. I just love it. And in the mail, Sandy, thank you Sandy, who lives on the other side of the border, and who last year gave me, you can't see it from there, but up there's a crow calendar, and I have loved that crow calendar. It crows and ravens are quite interesting species of birds, and we have a lot of them around here, and they are interesting. There's an interesting community and relationships they have, and the calendar gives you all kinds of information about the particular crows in the area and their behaviors and their relationships, and I've so enjoyed it. And I was not looking forward to the end of this year, because then the calendar, so she sent me a new one. I'm so excited. So this is done by a photographer who, in the Vancouver, BC area, has been photographing crows, and they have names. I don't know. Look at that. Yeah. And then here, look at this baby crow. I'm thinking I might take this pin. If I pin it to a bag, maybe I'll pin it to a bag, or maybe I'll make it into a needle minder. Oh, he's so soft and cozy. So that was really fun. That was really fun. And this Halloween card arrived, although after Halloween it finally made it here. Oh. Both Sandy and I like our crows. And then at Stitch Group yesterday, I was gifted this book. Thank you. Thank you so much. Is that not... My Enzo. He was a fabulous dog. Yeah. Enzo and the Christmas Tree Hunt. And this is written by the same author. If I know that you would enjoy the book Racing in the Rain. It's a fiction book, but the dog's name in there, I don't know if I've told it. Maybe you've all heard this maybe a million times, but there might be some new people. And so I read this book, Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein, and I absolutely fell in love with the dog, and the dog's name was Enzo. And I knew that if I ever got a dog, that I would name him Enzo. And then, like a year or so later, I was at a dog event with my friend Robin, who's a dog fanatic, and I saw a dog that was sitting in a booth, just perfectly well behaved. I mean, not the least bit flustered by all the goings on. And so I asked that woman, do you ever breed your dog? And she said yes. And so a year later, I got a call that she had bred her dog, and she had a litter of puppies. So I went to visit them, and I fell in love with one particular puppy. And when I would drive away, because I would go back and forth and visit, when I would drive away, he was the only one that would run to the fence and watch me drive away. I know. It was like we were meant to be. And so his name was Enzo. I named him after that dog and the art of racing in the rain. And he was an exceptional dog. And hence, that's why it's hard for us to take the dog plunge again. G's not ready. He likes the freedom and not freedom like we could just go anywhere we want. Not just that freedom, but also the freedom of not worrying. Like if we had to go somewhere where we couldn't take the dog, would the dog be okay? I mean, it's like all that comes with parenting a dog. He is not there yet, so, and I totally get it. But I really, really loved receiving this yesterday. And so in the Christmas tree hunt, there was a box waiting for me at Acorns and Threads, and it was from Judy. Hi, Judy. Thank you so much. I mean, everyone was having fun looking through this. Judy sent me a pile, a literal pile, a literal bag. Okay, a literal bag of bee things. And yeah. And I'll have to, so here, look at just adorable things. Adorable dishcloths. Oh, stickers for my new sticker, my new book of days. Yeah. A flag for my garden, because I do have a flag holder with a bee on it. And I love Burt's Bees. A whole bunch of Burt's Bees. I use their chapstick all the time, but I've never used their lotions and stuff. So that, oh, foot cream. Oh. Bee socks. I'm going to be beautiful. And then look at this little mug rug. Oh, I got to put that out right now. There's bookmarks. This is like amazing. It's like lace. I mean, this bag is bee stuffed. And this is magnetic place markers. Little chubby bees. This one is like, look at that. It has my name on it. Oh. Judy from Texas. A notepad. Maybe I'll remember what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, maybe that would happen. And this bee, I hope you can see. Look at that bee. Is formed out of flower petals. Oh. Bee scissors. I have never seen this. I have never seen this before. There was a pen. A beautiful card. And I had to open first, open second. And Judy, my heart is warmed. And I am grateful, grateful for your company. But this I know she was listening to me. Because everybody, even Janine, was like using this. So, I don't know. I know a lot of you have the same problem. But you know, my friends are as blind as I am. So, the idea that they would see my chin hairs and tell me would be like, so I just burst out laughing. Because look at, this is like, yeah, can you see? Can you see your this is 20 times. You suction this on a mirror and it says ideal for close-up makeup application, but more importantly, she included tweezers because you gotta pluck those chin hairs, but you have to be able to see them first. And you know, I have this magnifying mirror, but it is not 20 times. Yes, can you see yourself in there? You probably could see yourself in there. Judy, you warmed my heart and you made me laugh out loud. And I realized that you were really paying attention to what I was complaining about. And now I have this beautiful bag. Oh, and I love fabric with words, and this is filled with wonderful words. And it's interesting how she did this, because I might want to kind of do this. So this bag back is quilted. She put 2 layers. It feels like, I'm just feeling it. But it feels like 2 layers of fabric with some batting in it. And then she, if you can see, she cross-hatched it like you would on a quilt, you know. And so it has substance, what I call a bag with substance. Yeah. So, thank you, Judy. It was fun for everybody at the Stitch Day to watch that box being opened. I have not, I've not been, I've been listening. I haven't read anything recently, reading book. I want to get back into reading. I'm mostly audiobooking right now because I've just been so busy. But I still am very much involved in The Body Keeps the Score, which I think many of you, I actually think this book is better in audio form. I think there are parts of it that would be so dry or so painful in terms of retrospection that reading it you might stop because you just couldn't. But listening to it, you know, your brain, when you're listening to a book, your brain can take a break and all you hear is wah, 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 you know, when there's something that triggers anything. So I actually think this is an excellent audiobook. Other than that, I watched reruns last night. You know, pretty much anything with Tom Hanks I'll watch, and it was the Angels and Demons and that whole series of movies was on, so I watched one of those. And this week I just have some grandson time, which will be awesome. I have some projects. I'm going to work on my bee box that that this little waxer is going to go in, and yeah, got my everything lined up for sampler symposium. And I'm thinking, oh, on one last note, I got this last time at the attic, but I was thinking that this might be, although it's on 56 count, but I saw the model on 56 count, and it was absolutely adorable. And so I might try to give that a try. Waste not, want none, not, from Hands Across the Sea. Yeah. I know. It's kind of like I can't stop myself. I want to go, go, go. Halloween was fun here. The costumes were exceptional. I had way too much candy left over, so I took it to Acorns and Threads to put in the candy bowl, so Jeannie will have, and it looked like everybody else did the same thing, so there's enough candy there to go through 2024, I'm thinking. But yeah, so now we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. If you are new and want to come back again, we'd love to have you. This community is awesome. Just press the subscribe and like button, and we'll see you next time around. Thank you so much for your company. Love you guys.